Sure.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And cheers for hanging out too, guys.
And we are live. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Four Horsemen Build Along. I am your host, Zaku Boy, James. It is a pleasure to have you back. We have a very special guest tonight, Mr. Clipper Nubs, aka Julio.
What's up, guys?
As always, we will go through. How about you, Shane? You look already. Introduce yourself.
What up, guys, in YouTube land and girls and everything in between? It's me, Daft Robo, hanging out. You can find me on Instagram and the Facebook. My wife's over here rummaging through some things, doing some work on some stuff. Yeah, we're doing the Caitlin Swagger art.
Are you crackling again?
Say what?
Is Robbie creaking again?
I think it's just because he's picking shit up. I think it's just because he's messing with things.
No, I'm not.
Well, all right. What the hell? Is it just because we started going live, maybe?
It sounds like typing, kind of.
Yeah, that's what I was doing last week.
I'm going to log out and come back on.
Blah, 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 blah. No, wait.
I'm not on Wi-Fi or anything, so it should be good. But so I don't know.
Is it me now?
No, it's definitely Robbie.
Is it my phone now? Anyway, hey, I'm over here in the lab hanging out. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Just mute Rob for a second and see if it stops.
Yeah, it stopped.
Yeah, it's totally Rob. Rob, what the fuck? So Rob, do you have it open? Here's the thing. Do you have it open up at Instagram, or did you click on it and then open it up in Chrome? So, Rob, click on the link that James sent you, and then go to open in Chrome, and then make sure all of your other tabs of all your other Chrome shit are closed.
All right.
Yeah? Yeah, try that.
You can start.
Anyway, all right, Julio, introduce yourself to the crowd.
What's going on, YouTube land? I am Clipping Nubs, Julio the Chooch.
The Chooch!
I appreciate you guys having me on. This is super cool. I never thought I'd be on an episode of the Four Horsemen, so I really appreciate it.
Oh, stop.
It's super, super cool. We're going to make things.
Yeah, what are you working on right now, man?
I got so many ideas going so hard, but I just snapped up one of the SD ground types.
Oh, nice.
I got one of the extensions, I think you would call them, the SD extension.
The extension frame crap.
Yeah. So I figured I'll make a little base with you guys for these guys.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's super nice.
Nice.
So I get some things done.
It's about. I mean, they're about the exact same size. They pretty much. So
yeah.
Perfect.
Sweet.
So while we wait for Robbie, we're just gonna go over the basics. So in this episode, we will be covering dioramas. Is that really blown out in white? What's with this white balance?
I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab something. I'll be right back. You guys talk about.
I'll keep going and explaining what we're doing. Anyway, so sorry about this bad lighting. So
too bad.
We're just going to use some extruded foam to start our base with. Now I've just cut a piece roughly to this size. I don't want to do anything too crazy size wise. So essentially when I'm starting a diorama, it comes from having a rough idea of the suit. Now with this, we're trying to play on it being a bigger scale than it actually is. So one of the things I generally start with doing is start drawing and sketching ideas. This is not going to show up. Let me grab a texter. So usually we'll work out, I'll just do rough sketches. I'm not the world's greatest drawer. So say that's my base. Usually I'll do a quick idea. So I reckon this was a mobile suit that may have been built by some guy in his shed out the back, so it may be RC.
Thrown together from crap.
Yeah, like it might have been like some dude like just making a suit that he could wear. It could be like a cosplay suit. It could be like a remote controlled little suit. So the idea here is I'll just sort of start sketching rough ideas of what I'm doing. So maybe we'll have like the mobile suit in a workshop. So here we go, like just sort of rough block in. I'm not the greatest drawer, but you just sort of
Better than me.
Work out roughly. Maybe we'll do like a shed and it may have some windows. It could be like made of corrugated metal roof. There'd maybe be a workbench in there. So then we can do like some bushes. Maybe it's a bit like we'd probably have bushes. Maybe throw a tree in. Dirt path, because obviously this is a worn area. So maybe something like that. Which is
what do you think about adding water and stuff?
If you want to do water as well, we could do, say, obviously throw a shed in, like throw it off to the side. We could have then do the workbench in this section here, have the mobile suit here. So there's our MS. Maybe we could have like either a water section off in the corner. Robbie is back.
He's back. It's a he shed, not a she shed.
So we could have like a row. Obviously, like I don't know how much we'll do water. Obviously, we're keeping all the electronics under. So essentially,
I'm not sure what size to go.
So what I'm looking at is roughly, once you've sort of got your suit, like this is probably a bit too small to do that whole idea that I was thinking because I don't have the room. But at the same time, we could go, say, let's say he's there. We could then have, I don't know, the building start here, come up just above. So if we're thinking about that, I think I actually want to make this a bit bigger to fit everything in at the same time.
Robert, can you speak without clicking?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's way better, dude.
Hey, success.
Well, you look like $1 million, buddy.
Hey, look
You,
My wife said you're beautiful.
he is beautiful.
I'm high as fuck.
Yeah.
If I'm being quiet, I'm just absorbing everything in. Really.
So you're gonna go pretty big. I have this. I have this huge chunk of foam that I got from the local hardware store across the street.
So,
yeah.
you off a piece, bro.
I think I can make a few dials out of this.
Go home.
Making a doghouse.
Yeah. And then I picked up this wire, this USB.
That's awesome.
It's just a USB powered. I don't know, what would you call this, James?
It's a hot knife.
A hot knife. There it is.
It's very cheap.
This was $4. I think at Walmart. They may still have it. I don't know. I just found it kind of randomly because I didn't see a second one. I just saw one.
You moved the camera, Robbie, and you started clicking.
Yeah, you move the camera and it's taka 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 taka.
What the what?
There, you figured it out. It's your camera stand.
Is it your camera stand?
It sounds like a colony of ants moving around
in my ear canal.
Yeah.
Well, it worked for a minute.
If you have a headset, Rob, it'll probably.
Yeah, like the headset would probably fix that issue.
But then he has to wear a headset. Freddy's here. What up, Freddy?
What up,
Freddy?
What's up? What's up, brother? I got a dog. She won't let me work.
Oh my god.
So continuing anyway,
Yeah, please do.
That. So I'm just going to stick with something this small. So thinking on ideas, I might actually put the bench at the back. So that can be like a workbench space.
Yeah.
We might have like the fence. I'll probably end up putting a window.
George.
And then so we can still do some water effects, I might have like a old trough on this side. So we'll just do a trough. And then we build water. I might have some taps and shit off the side. We can do like a dirt road out the front of this place. So once we build a structure up, obviously
use liquids.
What I'm going to look for in this is obviously now that I've got a rough idea of what I'm building, I can go say something. That'll be the front on view. We're going to have an entry like that. Oh, sorry, it's probably about that size. So the mobile suit then will be here.
So fucking happy.
What?
Just a smiling robot. I love it.
So looking front on, obviously, there's our workbench height behind. We're going to go for, say, like, that is a tap.
Are we considering putting a light on? Are we putting a hanging light in the shed?
Yeah, of course. So obviously,
we'll
work out different heights or styles of roof. Like I'm thinking a corrugated iron roof, but we might do that on the angle as well, because then we can have a hanging sign as well off the roof saying whatever's workshop or whatever you want to do there. We'll also definitely put a hanging light down because we want to control the Arduino to make it flicker and do other things. So once we get the light installed, we can make like that flicker and make it go dark to light. So maybe a few windows, tools. We can have a lot of fun with what we do on the shed, but I'm thinking probably a wooden shed.
Like that?
Say iron, like we'll do like a corrugated iron roof. It's obviously wood, but I reckon we're probably a distressed old sort of shed. We'll look at maybe doing like this is probably a concrete like water trough drain, just so we can do more textures. We'll use static grasses and pretty much go from there. So
hey man,
awesome. This is straight awesome. I got a couple ideas now.
Zach went out because his phone was doing some weird shit again.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, but we'll wait for him.
Julio's right there. Where's Julio? No, Julio's just our guest. Geo is dealing with some stuff, so we're gonna be having some guests on.
Yeah, these are auditions.
Julio's here.
I'm here now, guys. Congratulations, you won.
We all won.
So, I mean, that's essentially what I do for figuring out my dioramas anyway, is I'll come up with, usually like I've already thought about this a lot, so it was a lot quicker for me to figure out this time what I wanted to do. But like usually I'll sit there and sort of sketch a bunch of different ideas until I sort of come up with a rough idea of what I'm trying to do with my dios. So then once I have a rough idea, generally I'll sit there and scribble onto a piece of foam and then do extra scribbles on papers just to sort of flesh the idea out a bit more. So, I mean, in this episode, we're pretty much, due to drying times, we'll probably cut out the bottom of the foam for the electronics because we still need to obviously wire in.
We're just going to go this width of. We're just going to go that width of the foam. We're not going to double it up or make it any taller.
Nah, I don't think it needs to be done. Like with an Arduino, we'll be able to install like a USB port in the back of it if we really want. So I'll just grab one out of my drawer so you can see what I mean. I've got one here somewhere. At least I think I do.
So I'm just roughing out my shape on my piece of foam right here. About that big. You can see that. Hey, Rob's back.
Hey,
It's gonna keep clicking, man. I don't know how to fix that shit, dude.
just don't move it. Don't move it. You're perfect right
Sounds
now.
good now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is. I'll just keep logging out when it starts clicking. Got about like 30 seconds to the start.
Sounds good. Sounds good now. It's all
Yeah,
matters.
you're good. You're straight,
So
buddy.
what are we doing?
So we're just right now roughed out our shape. James has already got his and some ideas. I'm just putting my square right here. I'm about to put it out with my hot knife. Yeah, Gabe, man. Thanks for coming by. How you been, man? How's everybody doing in the chat?
So we're building a shed around him, yeah?
Yeah, so
Yeah. Where's your little show, James? Show Rob your sketch again.
so what I'm thinking of roughly is as long as you have the happy
Where's your, where's
this
your
is the most important part.
Yeah.
If he's not happy, you're not having a good time. So what I'm thinking anyway is I'm going to build, just to recap, we'll build a shed with a workbench in the back so we can have shit there. We'll have like a water trough down this side. So you don't need to go, obviously you can do it however you want. You don't have to do this exactly. The techniques will be similar. So we're going to have a dirt road. Like here's a rough front on view, so you'll see like shed roof will work from there. Some water feature, some grasses, some trees up the side. We'll go from there. Like you can make it as big or small as you want, but ideally I wouldn't mind putting some windows in.
Yeah, windows would be cool.
Just pretty much work as big as you want. In this rough idea, pretty much now from here we're just going to cut the stuff, the electronics. Now ideally you should want like a hot knife tool that you can bend and actually dig in and cut out. It would be a lot easier because unfortunately I do not have one of those. It's on
mine is the one I'm using now is just a straight wire. So
yeah, so like you can use a knife at the same time. So I'm just going to cut this center section out of the foam, and the easiest way I find to do that is just cut small lines. It gets a bit.
I've already glued my. Oh well.
You've done what now? Is that the bottom or the top?
the bottom. It's
make it the top.
So my foam board is only like this thin, so I'm probably gonna make a box for underneath it.
Yeah, so if it's that thin, like either cut strips and glue it around the outside edges.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm just going to come through, and this is like the worst way to do it, but at the same time, I've never got around to buying a foam like cutter, so I'm just going to go the hack and take out as much of this middle section as possible. So
It's very slowly.
I really enjoy this forced perspective.
So, and foam's good because it's lightweight, weighs next to nothing, easy to work with. But yeah, a hot knife would make a lot of this work so much easier. But pretty much this is the basis for every diorama I ever have built.
So I think I'm gonna do a cross section of like a forward operating base for these guys.
Fuck yeah.
That's an idea. It's gonna look like Tiny Toons. I can't wait.
Well, that's the thing as well, man. If you're not putting LED work in your thing, you pretty much can skip this step.
Yeah, if you're not going to put an Arduino in it, you don't necessarily need it to be big or like deep. You know, it doesn't have to be this deep.
I kind of want to though. Like, you got me hyped.
Well, that's the thing. Julio, I've got I ordered a bunch of the mini Arduinos. I've got like none of them.
Well, essentially as well, we're actually only going to use an Arduino Nano, which
That's
is
what I got. Yeah, nano, micro, whatever. I don't fucking know.
big. So technically, I probably don't even need to cut out this much.
Hey, Scott, what up, Scott?
How are you, Scott, mate?
What's cracking, knackers?
I'm taking a bastard file just to shear up the edges because my hot knife doesn't cut very.
Yeah, so like as long as you just clean out as much, like pretty much after I get this center section, we're good from here. Like I don't need to keep going more than this. This will be enough to house the electronics in it because essentially we just need one wire, so like 2 wires to come through, and then when we come out, this side is where the Arduino is going to be mounted. So.
Are we going to have any sort of switch or anything on the side, or how are you turning this off and on?
The clapper.
Just plug into direct power.
Greg, what up?
So,
We'll see you come in.
yeah, so essentially, like, I reckon we'll just end up powering this off, like USB power, so plug it into whatever. It's just easier doing it that way. Sure, we're not going to bother hiding the battery pack or anything.
Hide the battery pack? What the fuck, James?
That's like my favorite game in the world.
Go back to the second episode when I was trying to run a freaking wire over some bullshit, and you were like, "No, you can't do that, man." What the fuck?
What do you mean?
Hide the damn battery pack. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Fucking if
You got a nice little dial, and then you got a fucking battery pack sitting. That's cool. What the fuck? I wonder you've only go get another third place GDC trophy, man. What the fuck?
It falls to whatever. You can still run a hard, like, small battery inside there. You don't need to fucking have the whatchamacallit hidden under there, but whatever. It's a lot of effort. And I can't charge. If you want to put a battery, mate, just make more of a space in there.
I keep that thing on me.
What batteries are going to run off of? A 9-volt or what we got?
Whatever you want.
What's the minimum voltage that you have to run an Arduino with?
Like 5 volt.
Oh.
Like if you can supply 5 volt power, you're good.
Yeah, I'd like to just run off a micro USB, I think.
Yeah, well, that's essentially all I'm going to do is micro USB. Well, on the Nano, you've only got the option of a micro USB on it, or you've got like the VCC and 5 volt hardwire that you have to like solder a pin to power it. But we can always run small like flat battery packs that you can, like the mobile phone.
We could go full rechargeable if we wanted. But.
You could, yes, correct. This is going to use next to no power though, because it's like 2 LEDs in the whole diorama.
It's not bad.
So anyway, this is probably enough space for what I'm going to be doing. So let's go the hack. But yes, if you can get yourself a hot wire, like not a knife like Shane has, but you can get like the ones with the bendable wire, so you can bend it around and just dig it in and cut across, and it would make this work a shit ton quicker.
I found a big chisel blade Exacta. Like I've got this one here that's the biggest flat chisel blade you can get.
That's good.
It does. It makes quick work of digging out. Here's.
All right. So once I've I'm pretty happy with that. That's good enough for now. If I need to cut out more after the fact, once we're done, like I'll pretty much put it on its side and carve later on. But that's just so I don't. It's easy to do it now while it's upside down and got nothing on it.
Yeah, this would be a little more difficult if you had a bunch of shit on top of it.
Yeah, which is why usually you hold it sideways and then you can come in. Like, it's a pain in the ass, but I've done it before. So learn from my mistakes, just do it. So as I'm going to say as well, I'm not going too much higher with the sculpt mold. So one thing that I always do when I make dioramas is I always like pretty much finish what's on top, and then like I'll do all the scenery, do everything, and then like go back and go, fuck, I never finished the edges. And like I do this every fucking time that like you'll get through it and you're like, oh, now I've got to go back in and sort of cover the edges, and then something a thick material on the edge. When you put the material on the edge, you've then got to like paint the top of it as well, or put scenery over the top. So one thing.
Are you ever worried about? Are you ever worried about the stuff on the top getting on the side there?
What was that, mate?
Are you ever worried about the, like, you know, if you're gonna put you're putting your wood on now, like any sort of the, you know, your plaster or sculpt mold getting on that shit?
Yeah, but just clean it off.
Okay.
If you're using timber, maybe not so much, because like I'd mask it up if you were using timber because you want to keep the grain. But if you're using ply plate, just sand the shit back off. So I used to use balsa wood a lot for this, but I've discovered more and more that I prefer to use just ply plate. So I just got some 0.5 millimeter plastic styrene sheeting. Now, obviously, like if I was building like not such a flat piece of terrain, you'd glue on like extra foam to build up your landforms if you want hills and such or anything like that. But because we don't really need it. But for doing stuff like that, you want ideally something like this sort of glue, which is a polyurethane adhesive. If this would, it's like a globby expanding glue. Gorilla Glue also makes similar stuff. It's real thick, but it expands, so you need to weight it down. But because I'm just using pretty much flat, we'll just ignore that for now. Another thing of note, like to glue my sides on, I tend to use Zafagat, like CA glue, or just super glue. This stuff will eat foam, but it'll dry quick enough that it doesn't really matter. You can like sort of get it on there, slap your plastic on, and it's good enough, whatever. So I've roughly cut these to size already. They're probably a little bit big for what I want, so we're just going to grab a sharp knife and just trim these down a little bit more because that one's pretty good actually. It's just this one piece that's a bit big, so to get them to size, just grab another piece, line them up. And we shall, one of those sides is square. All right, so we're just going to do this now, obviously. So I'm just cutting it a little bit bigger in height as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that way, when we put the sculptor mold in, we can bring it up to it, and then we're not laying it over the top.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to score it a couple times with my knife, and then the good thing about that is you can just snap off the top, and that gives you a nice clean edge.
Makes sense.
So we're going to take this, and of course I've jammed that, so 1 second. All right, a fun tip, like if you're like me and you constantly get glue covering the tip of these bottles and it just crusts up, if you just get some pliers and just crunch the tip of the bottle a few times, it'll break all the super glue.
Just clean.
and peel it clean off. It works.
That's a good tip. You told me that, and I've been using it. It works really well.
I was always wondering how to get them so clean, but it's the easiest way I found of getting away from it. So then we're just... It's just a little bit annoying because it's still gooey on the inside.
Gooey.
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 Oh,
I got a
go.
box.
It's gooey.
It's a crude box. But I
Construction.
made a box.
Of course, man. This is like the good stuff that I use at work as well for other things. But it says it's good for styrene and stuff. Anyway, minor detail. Alright, so we're just going to go off the longer side first. So here you can see I'm probably about, I don't know, what do we call that? Like 5 mil higher than the top of the diorama.
So yours in styrene. I've got both of them. Julio's got popsicle sticks, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep. I've got some balsa wood here. You can buy this in big sheets at Hobby Lobby. I also have, if you go to like some wood places, this is like a piece of veneer.
Ooh.
I use this on my Hyzok. I use the color of this on my Hyzok Dio. It's really nice if you want to use round bases because you can actually contour it and bend it. But this is super easy to cut. You just have to lay it out. Well, it's kind of easy to cut. The older it gets, the wood fibers will start to split when you cut them. So I found if you take some tape and you put the tape in and you cut where you put some masking tape on this and then cut it, it'll a lot easier. I don't know. I like the balsa wood though.
Yes, it also is good because it's very thin and very easy to cut.
Mm-hmm.
So once I've done that, I will put pretty much for this. I just start with the first one on there, and then we can just butt in
all the rest
as we work our way around the sides, and then we'll trim as needed. So for this, I just run enough of that roughly around the edges, just enough that it's going to bond somewhat well. So push it in as hard as you can. Just make sure it cuts up nicely to those ends. And we're not going to bother obviously trimming off the top section. We're just going to run the sculpt mold directly over the top and keep it nice. So just keep working our way around. So do one side and cut everything longer, like leave some hanging over the ends. It'll just make it easier when you come to trimming it. So you get the next one.
Damn it, I turned off my hot glue gun. Now we wait. The chooch!
The chooch.
I wish I was like a football player. It'd be like the fridge, you know?
The whole crowd is screaming.
Choo. Well, I said today in the awful chat, like every time I hear Julio, it's like Rufio from the movie Hook.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm gonna rename the chat to Neverland.
Do it. You have the power.
Yeah.
So the good thing is with us, the CA glue, super glue, whatever you want to call it, it pretty much means you can work instantly. Like I'm a very lazy person. I like to things over and done with as quick as possible. So it means, so the next step, once I've got like the two ends, we just want to come in and just score the knife down, the excess a few times, and we'll just come in and snap that off, and that'll give us a nice join. Do that to the other side.
I'm making a mess over here.
That's the joy of dioramas, it's so messy. Your bench, every time I work on a diorama, my bench stays like putrid for so long. Then we just want to grab a square. So just using the older T-square, we can come in and create a nice cut. Do that on the other side as well. Okay. And then we should just come in and glue the last piece on.
I'm going to mute myself. I'm going to run my vacuum for a second.
All right, so there we have all four sides, and my fingers covered in super glue as per usual. And the great thing about using this sort of material is this weighs virtually nothing. Like, it's ridiculously light. The more stuff we put on top is the worse it's going to get, but from this stage, it's pretty much nothing. And I'll just trim off this last little bit now. And the other thing I like to do, just the other reason for like using styrene sheet good is if we come in with like some Tamir, like extra thin cement, or any cement, doesn't really matter. Like the thicker stuff. What we'll do now is actually, because I didn't put super glue down the edges, it's just styrene. We can actually glue it together like you would a plastic model, and this will just give it that little bit extra strength and just bond those bits of plastic together. So we'll just run that over all the joins. That one I cut a little bit too far back, which you can't see, but we're just going to use some thicker glue to sort of bond that. We'll come back in and sand it all later anyway, but for now that is good enough. All right, and there we have it done. All finished. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.
Later.
All right, so how you boys going with that? Any questions so far?
Well, I'm just on the fence on if I should use wood or slab plate or I don't know what.
Whatever.
I'm going to put my border on later. So I usually carve out everything first. And I want to use balsa wood because I got plenty of it.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And I think, because you're doing a little riverbank thing as well, aren't you? Or
Nah, I'm not. I don't have
We're doing a coolant trough now.
Oh, so what I'm going to do is I might do I'm going to carve this section out here and do like a little, it's an embankment, I guess. And just
Yep.
probably have ducks there as well. So,
Sweet.
and I would probably add some more foam on this bit. That's where the shed's going to be, but I might want it a bit more raised.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'll go after carving it actually, but yeah.
So, like, that's the thing. Like, this is just a easy way to build something small. Like, everyone's going to come up with something different. It's just a rough idea on what I wanted to build. I've got to stop making giant dioramas, so
Make something a little smaller.
I don't have the room to store them. So for the meantime, doing something like this works a lot more in my favor because we can go from there. So pretty much the next step from here is ground cover. So this is the old Amco sculptor mold, which is like
Right here in Indianapolis.
it is a paper mache plaster mix. So unlike if you use straight up, I used to use plaster of Paris a lot, but if you've ever made a diorama and just covered it in plaster, it gets heavy very quickly. Like plaster weighs a lot. So the more plaster you use, it's not ideal. Whereas this stuff, because it's pretty much paper mache and plaster to bind it, it's very lightweight. So this doesn't add too much to the diorama. So it's a good product in that. So we're just going to make a mix up of that. We don't need too much. So for this, I'm going to need a container to mix it up in, like this, water, and maybe probably a rule. I've got to find where I put my steel rules. I will be back in 1 second.
Everybody doing the chat? For Nerd, what up, Joel? What a dig.
All right. I will also be back. Sorry, guys.
How's everybody else doing? What up? What are you guys doing on Saturday besides watching us four nerds do nerd things?
Oh yeah. Good luck to all the GWC contestants as well. I think that's
Yeah, good luck
Or no.
everyone. Good luck to you.
tomorrow. I think it's starting up now.
They're a couple hours out from announcing.
So,
Shit, last year it was like 3 in the morning or something. Hard time.
I'll make sure.
Yeah, last year we stayed up. It was amazing.
All right, so mix this shit up. So just put a small hand.
Oh, James got that poodle.
James had that what?
That poodle. The pure in Spanish. The pure, my guy. The pure.
He was invited. So we're just going to throw some water into this that white light. But essentially, this stuff like gluggy, but not too.
Oatmeal. What's the consistency you're going for, James?
Like what?
What is the consistency that you are going for?
I don't know. What would you call it?
oatmeal,
Like oatmeal?
Oatmeal? Yeah, like oatmeal.
like dry oatmeal. Because like the more water you put on there, and the more time you'll have to take to dry.
So, unfortunately, because like this will still take too long to dry by the time the end of the stream rolls around. So this is where like this sort of work. I mean, we could speed it up by throwing a hairdryer on it. So essentially, I'll just throw. Oh yeah. Ooh. All right. So once I will throw. Oops. The other thing I keep forgetting to do every time I do this is we'll just throw that back in there for now. What I recommend before you throw that on the base is grab your knife or a wire brush and just score the fuck out of the foam, because you want that to have something to grip to.
You put all that on there nice, and then you're just making it fall right out.
What's that, mate?
So you basically can make a mold where you're just making a plaster mold of plaster, and then it would there's nothing to grip if you don't sand it.
Yes.
It will just fall out. You're making this
it'll stick.
a brownie pan.
I've done it before where I forgot to score it. It will stick, but it chips off a lot easier. So essentially, yeah, just make your marks, go through. Yes, you do, yeah, man. G'day, Witch. Nerds, fucking nerds.
Hey, little nerds.
Yes, definitely. You should definitely get onto the diorama train.
They are fun, my guy.
So we just give this a bit of a rub up and down, back and forth. And like the more you play with this sculpt mold stuff, once it starts drying, it gets easy to work. But you can make mountains and uneven road with it. So we just want to sort of start filling in. And this is the reason I left it all high around the sides, because it gives you something. Sorry about this white balance. It's making it really hard to see. It gives you something to push the sculpted mold up to. And obviously, technically, you can use plaster. I find this gives you a nice texture, so you just keep rubbing it and rubbing it, and it's rather moist.
You'll know when you've rubbed it enough. Hey, what up, Brian? Set the kettle to the pot. Oh,
what up, bro?
So essentially, like, I'm just going to get to a point, and it's pretty much going to put a nail in doing any more today, unfortunately, on this diorama. So we will have to just go to hanging out.
Well, we're still working, James. Just because you finished first doesn't mean we're done.
You can supervise us.
Yeah.
Oh no, but it means like this is like as far as we'll get on the
episode,
on the diorama for this episode, until next, where we do painting, and we'll pretty much be able to finish the bed with it. So all this is like still moister than an oyster.
Moist.
So, and this is why
mine's in the shed.
This is why I'm a big fan of. Once you've got your surface, like say you were doing like Taz is doing, you're doing all your carving before the sculpt mold stage, I would recommend finishing your edges. Like, do all your carving that you need to do, then do your edges, then put your sculpt mold on, and it'll just be a lot easier in the long run to do that final finishing touches. Because then you're working over the top of the edge work.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, because I always do it the other way as well, where I just do everything, and it in the end comes back and bites you.
So when I put the edge on, because I'm going to have a bit of a water here, I can just put the edge on, carve it out to where I want the water level, and then I'm not going to use any resin. I'll just use the Vallejo water effects or the one here, and just tape it off from there, off that, eh?
Yes, exactly. And if you finish the edge, it actually gives you something nicer to tape off to. So the amount of times like I'd be trying to like tape straight across like the foam, and you'd always spring leaks and it would just not finish nicely, or then the water line would be set back from whatever edge I put on afterwards.
Yeah, right.
So if you look at like the most of the dioramas I do, the waterline jet tends to stop just after before the edging, and it looks out of place. Whereas you want that water coming hard to the very edge.
Right to the very edge. That's right.
So I keep.
Yeah.
I've learned that lesson, I think, too many times.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to keep adjusting the ground. And now this is another thing. Before this stuff dries, you sort of want to work out what's going where. So because I've got, like, say, my shed is going to be in this section here, that would be more of a flattened off area because it's obviously a man flattened surface to build a shed in the first place. So I just want to keep working the ground in this section to just make it as smooth as possible. And once it starts drying, you'll start being able to make it smoother and smoother. So you just got to keep giving it a rub and see how it goes, and eventually it will start drying that you can get it fairly smooth if need be. So, whereas at the moment, I'm just pushing.
Hey, what up, Max? How you doing, man?
So the other
Max plastic.
Yeah, I'll grab my edges.
Max plastic in the hand.
What's pooping in Max?
What's crapping in, son? What's that kitten doing, man?
That thing is adorable.
Right?
Yeah. Really
This
wanting to
thing
get a
is
pet, man. Really
Hello,
thinking about getting a
can you
pet.
have a pet?
I had a pet.
What pet did you have?
I had a cat, and she passed recently.
Aw. Sorry to hear
Yeah.
that. How old is
Sorry, guys. She was 19.
she? Good God.
Yeah, she was old, dude. She lived. So
She
that rice
lived.
and beans.
that's like older than half the people that use Instagram.
I should have made an Instagram for her. Old lady princess. That would have been great.
How old do cats usually live?
I don't know.
That's old, like, how old was Emmett when he was like 13? 13 maybe? And that
Oh,
was an
wow.
old, he was rich as fuck, man.
Yeah, that's all it says. It's not close to.
That was an old cat. So 19's like, I think the oldest cat was like fucking 40 though, I think. Like Guinness
Really?
Book, yeah.
Outta
Look it up.
here.
Guinness Book.
Get
Yeah,
out.
40?
I don't know.
Did you-
Someone
I don't
Google
believe
that shit.
You're making that up.
Fake news.
Someone Google that shit. Alexa, how old is the oldest cat? Oh.
He was 38 years.
38!
Dude.
Ooh!
Nice.
Thanks, Alexa. You're the best.
Not expecting that.
38.
I told you.
That's wild.
The more you learn.
And then the rainbow goes. "Do-do-do-do."
Now everyone has the useless knowledge that the oldest cat knows.
It's a domestic short hair.
Named. It had its name. Like it was like
Oh.
Spunky or some shit. I don't know. It just said her name.
Shit, that's wild.
Yeah,
38 years old.
38. I mean, at that point, like, is the cat really alive?
It's
You
just,
know, I mean, yeah, it's breathing, but is it really like? Is it living? Like, come on.
I don't know. You have to open the box to find out.
No.
It could have been alive and dead at the same time.
Right?
Could have been. I wouldn't know.
what's the oldest living dog?
I don't know. Let's turn. Alexa, volume 6.
I'm pretty sure the answer to that. No, I better not say that. That's me.
What do you think? Oh, okay. You're going to say something bad. Alexa, how old is the oldest dog?
The oldest dog currently alive has not been verified, but the oldest dog to have ever lived is thought to be an Australian puppy called Morgan.
Oh.
The Aussie canine lived to an impressive 30 years of age.
Holy
30.
shit!
30 years old. Wow.
Wowza.
See,
You
that
just said wowzer. Oh, wait. Alexa just said wowzer.
I'm never going to say that.
She said a whopping 30 years old. Wowzer.
She was impressed.
What?
That was
That
good.
thing was just that dust in here, right, Mac? I'm gonna go get some more coffee.
They're becoming more human. Wowzers.
Maybe that cat was just waiting for its owners to die first. Cats are jerks like that.
You gotta open the box to find out. You're stupid, James. All right, so I'm gonna use some air dry clay and try to get the same effect.
Yes, that will work. Obviously, like if you can't get this shit,
This is what I had on hand.
like air dry clay is
Wowzers.
really good, but that's the other thing. Clay that weighs a fair bit too.
Yeah, hell yeah. There's some Activa plus clay white. Have you guys ever used that? It's not bad.
No, I do not think so. So now that I've got all this shit over my hands, I generally keep some paper towel handy to clean yourself.
All about hygiene, man.
I need to get myself some monster clay. Some good stuff.
Mr. Moneybags over here.
Brian was showing me sculpture he did. Like, I think it was in college. It was like off the hook. I was like, all right,
That would not surprise me.
I need to get me some of this.
That guy has like more talent in his like left testicle.
What are we talking about?
Brian.
Oh,
Brian's left testicle.
Who? Oh, Brian. Oh. Yeah, them.
Oh man, this clay like hardened on me a bit.
So Julio, you use hot glue
I
for your
need
sides?
Yeah, hot glued it. Hot glued them up.
Hot glued it up. I don't know if I should go super glue or hot glue.
Hot glue probably took a bit longer. I had to keep refilling the stick, squeezing it on.
Yeah, you got to work quick. Mr. Moneybags says the guy who buys everything got him out. Oh, right? Exactly. Someone's a brand horse.
So another thing you can also do is use like a steel ruler, just wet it a little bit, and then you can actually run over the surface. Just to straighten.
Ooh. Trowel that shit, man.
Yeah.
Look at you, man. Look at you, Mason.
So we just want to pretty much just work it till you're happy.
That's what she said.
Ew.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she knows what she's talking about.
Brian's funny. He goes, Mr. Moneybags, says the guy who buys everything God hands.
Witchy said that.
Brian.
No, Witchy said it.
Oh, my bad. You said right before.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm sorry, Witchy. That's funny.
I think my chat's I'm not seeing any of
James
this.
does like the God hand stuff.
God hands makes good things. Not gonna lie.
Some of it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anything I've had that's God hands been alright. All I've had was the nippers and the sanding spudges. Thanks, George. You're still in there.
Yeah,
Did you get some sponges from George?
Yeah, he sent them to me. He saw me sanding stuff with straight files, and he's like, no. What are you
He
doing?
sent me some too, man.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So thanks, George, as well.
Yeah,
You're the
hell yeah.
man.
George is the man.
He is a man, yes. That's why you call him sir.
For real.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
All right, so fuck, this is like the most modeling I've done in so long.
Welcome back.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with flat files. I also quite like them.
Yeah,
So-
I used them on round edges. Like, it didn't bother me too much, but George was like, "Are you crazy? Why are you so dumb, Julio?" I was like, "I'm sorry, George. I got you."
Now, the other good thing about this sculpt mold is I don't know if you can see because of the amount that it's like white light. There we go. If I just stand over with shadow, it gives you a textured like finish.
Hey, that's good stuff.
George is the best. So sculpt the mold, then it's quite pliable. It gives you a nice texture and sort of like it's essentially paper mache with a bit of moisture and oops. Oh, that's annoying. Perfect. And then I dropped some in and now I've ruined it. But yeah, you guys should be able to find that. See, look at bro, like Brian flexing. It just takes skill. He's telling you to get good.
Get good, scrubs.
Why are you so shitful?
Pretty cool.
I need to buy new clay. God damn it.
What clay are you using?
Some air dry clay from Activa.
Activa? Don't they make yogurt?
It's good for my biotics.
Jamie Lee Curtis helps you poop.
Jamie Lee Curtis helps you model. Get your sculpt on.
All right, so essentially now, exactly, we need to just put this aside till it dries. So this will take a little while. Which is why usually, like on dioramas, I'll try to. If I wasn't doing this, I'd be sitting there like with a hair dryer, just like trying to blast it so it was dry as quick as possible. But I may as well let this sit, and we can continue on further down the line. I mean, if you get stuck on this side section, you shouldn't. It's pretty easy from here on. Like, obviously you don't have to use foam either. You can just use a bit of like timber board or whatever you've got lying around, just anything that's a bit rigid. The only reason I use foam and stuff is it's lightweight, and you'd be surprised how quickly these things can get super heavy.
If you go to like craft stores, they have a lot of different shapes of foam, like round, oval, different widths, different thicknesses, and they're super easy. You can cut them like this with wood, or you can just paint them even.
So I'm just going to set this aside on my shelf to dry, and obviously in a couple of weeks when we do our next stream, we'll get back into this and do some painting and shit and start the foundation for groundwork, and we'll start on the building as well. We'll save that for next time. All good. So I'm just going to put this on the shelf, and then we can just hang out for an hour or so and just talk shit while these guys work.
Do it.
Do it.
What other folks have you been working on?
What's that?
What are the other folks that you've been working on?
Yes. So 1 second. Let me just clean my bench. You guys keep going with what you're doing.
We will. I've got my 3 wood sides on my base. I'm putting the 4th one on now.
Oh yeah.
these little balls of wood. Cut out the hole here for the Arduino or battery pack.
You can do whatever you want, mate. Just don't do it around me.
What?
You've been a butthole.
Who's being a butthole never?
You've been a complete butthole.
A complete butthole.
Go shit in his ass.
Like that, mate.
I was shitting in his ass. You want me to shit in his ass?
You want me to shit in his ass?
He's all shit in his ass.
Oh man.
That is comedy.
Oh, the other thing I recommend when you do this, also use a shitty old cutting mat.
Oh, you use your new one? Oh, man. Hey, Scott, still here. Get this boy a new cutting mat. Can I get one too?
Hey,
Yeah, Courtney wants a pink one. Do you have a pink one? Man, you can
They're
corner the market on pink ones, man.
Word up.
Rob wants a new pink one too.
Yeah, actually.
this color stay lock thing doesn't work very well.
The what?
That printing rubbed off straight up.
Oh. Little quality control, Scott, where you at, man?
What?
Oh well, doesn't matter.
What?
I don't even know what I spilled there. So you can see here when Robbie's like fitting up his stuff. Like, let's zoom in on that. Look at that.
Hey.
It's not square. Nothing I do is square. Nope.
Square,
It's
Rob?
not square, but I'm just going to patch that up later on.
Someone screenshot that shit.
if you like glue it square, mate, it's just carve some off the foam.
The moral of the story is don't let Rob build your house.
Fucking hell.
Do not let Rob build your house.
Just cut some off that foam.
Yeah,
Knock it,
just shave up. Just fluff it out. Just fluff.
Besides that, it's pretty cool, except for that little
Put
guy.
just put that aside on the back. No one will ever see it.
Yeah, I'm just going to stand this little.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, mine's a little off too.
It's
but
rusty.
It's just for our Horsemen build along. Who gives a shit?
What's that, bro?
I said mine's a little off too, but who gives a shit?
Oh, so it's all right not to put a battery in something. It's not all right not to put a battery in something that you like have to crack onto me when I like do something out of like square, but it's fine.
Oh yeah. It's okay for me to give you shit. You can't give me shit. Double standard, man.
Welcome to my life.
Oh.
Ah, fuck's sake.
All right.
So what else is what's everybody in the chat working on?
So we've got George. He's hanging around. We've got Kyle. We've got people.
Okay, George.
It's good to see you all. I'm glad we're back, and we've managed to go 2 weeks in a row for once.
Yeah, let's keep this going.
Okay, I'll go and get this. I'm going to start on things. I can't. Oh, there we go. All
I'm
right.
going to try to keep it a bit neat and fill off all the gaps because I've got this like nice like brown stain I can use on it, which I can't find at the moment. It's some monster's mix.
Oh my god, this thing is so heavy.
Wood stain.
Did you say Julio?
I just made this thing like 2 pounds.
Now it weighs 2 pounds. I went
Yeah.
more like 5.
Yeah, that's the thing. So we got the GBWC in a couple hours.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I still haven't seen half the entrants.
There's some good ones in there, man. I'm telling you.
Well, we got old mate Aaron and Tim going for gold.
God damn it.
Secret Sanaharo, fuck yeah. That's awesome with you.
On a Haro.
So you guys send each other Haros?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
That sounds exciting.
Explain, Witchy. What's up with that? What is that?
Oh, the girl thing.
Uh,
He's been having a what are they called?
Secret Santa Haro Bulldo?
There you go.
Yo, guys, I have no impulse control, like, whatsoever. I bought a Dark Army HD dude because I saw him.
I saw that.
I was like, don't worry, it's only like $12. It's no big deal, right?
Yeah, you do that and do that and do that, and then you'll have to have a fucking
George, if you want to watch the GBWC, I'm pretty sure the Gundam.info YouTube channel will have it on there.
Yeah, if you just go, it's what Gundam Info. They do like a live stream of the results on YouTube.
Yeah.
Let me just look that up for you. Gundam.info. Gundam Info. Here we go. I'm pretty sure they should be streaming on that.
Do they stream all the time? Because
Yeah, they stream all the.
They stream a lot.
yeah, Tim hit up Brian and said they aren't going to be streaming this year.
No, they should be. They do it every year.
Oh, okay.
There goes my phone.
That's awesome, Witchy. That's a really cool Secret Santa. We're doing Secret Santa on the Team Awful Discord. You just have to like send each other bags of shit and dildos and whatnot.
Dildos? Is that what's going on?
Yeah. No, it's normal stuff, but it's funny to think about.
Also dildos.
Yeah. It's like, so because some people still live with their parents. Like, we're not sending it in a brown box.
You don't.
Oh, here we go. They will be streaming it. Here we go. December 8th. Let me just share my screen.
Today's the 8th?
Today's the 8th, isn't it? Oh.
Today's the 7th to 8th over there.
Still, though, this is the 11th.
Oh, stop.
Live stream
Coming up.
will be streamed here. So if you just go to the Gundam.info website, you will be able to stream it here.
It's not there.
They're gonna do some wild shit this year. That's why they don't want to stream it.
Yeah, no, that'll be up. Like it'll go live. (2:30 p.m.) awards ceremony 3 p.m. So in an hour or half an hour, it should go up.
The link to watch.
Well, Brian, they like stream it every year, so I don't see why they wouldn't.
Yeah, why would they not stream it? Or like, you know?
What time is it there? It should be give or take. Anyway, that is what it is.
I think it's like 1 o'clock over there, tops.
About 2:33.
2:30.
3 now. Isn't it?
It's 3 o'clock.
Oh, shit.
3 here. So yeah.
One a.m. Eastern. I think it was later last year.
Really good in the morning.
Yeah. Well, it's
We stayed up.
We stayed up
really late.
very late. That was pretty warm.
It's still like a bit off. They got like an hour and 15 before they do anything.
Not so bad.
Anyway, what are you mixing up there, Shane?
Oh, plaster Paris.
What? Why is it in a milk container?
This is how you buy it here sometimes.
Oh, fair enough. Mine comes in a bag.
Well, mine's in a milk container.
Oh.
A little too much water in my shit.
Yes, that was very watery.
Very, very watery.
It's quite moist.
Quite moist.
How's yours going there?
Oh, look at that. That's doo-doo.
Oh, look at that doo-doo. Can you sand that shit?
Yeah, when it's all hardened, you can sand it down. Not too bad. I'm gonna add some wood here, go across, and try to make it look concrete-ish. Maybe. Maybe. Plot plate would probably be better for that.
Yeah, I tend to use plaster, like just any plastic sheeting for concrete, because you can paint and
Yeah. I'm probably gonna do that. I cut up all the wood for it already.
I mean, if you cut the wood, you can always lay the wood down and then throw on like a 0.2 millimeter.
So we're gonna be, I'm guessing, drilling through this, right?
Oh yeah.
All right. So I could have like 3 supports. I could probably hang an LED off of that.
Yep.
Not bad. Not bad, James. You're a smart guy. Smart guy.
That worked out well too. So where's the camera? Fucking right here, cap. Yeah.
Nice.
Looking good.
Except, yeah, don't mind that. Don't mind that little bit.
That's minor details.
Yeah, minor details. So I can go ahead and do some sculpting melting as well. I was just going to use the terrain paint, but I get sculpting mod, it's fun to use.
Yes, it is.
Are you gonna
also some more like excess balsa wood? So for the shed, like I might do a wooden shed, dilapidated wooden shed for mine, and just use this.
Balsa is what we will be using for most of it.
Are you gonna fill that corner with resin, like water?
This one, yeah.
The E and
Nah, I'm just gonna use the Scenics thingy.
Oh, that's right. The water stuff you were saying before. I remember now.
Because it's just gonna be like a muddy embankment type thing,
Okay.
so I'm not gonna waste resin on it.
Yeah.
If I was gonna do like a moat, then maybe in that case I
Pour.
probably would have used resin. But for this bit here and this little bit here as well, actually, yeah, I'm just gonna chop that off and have another little embankment down there too.
And then no one ever noticed.
No one's ever gonna notice. So there you go.
You know.
We'll just cut that bit out of the live stream for you.
That's that bit off, and I might put like a drain pipe, like cut it even more, a bit deeper, and put a little drain pipe
Oh, nice.
coming out of it, so it's a little sewage. I'm gonna do shitty water and
Yeah,
shit.
that's what I kind of thinking. Yeah, my head was like doing
I like that idea.
quiver pipe with shit draining out of it.
Yeah, that sounds super dope.
So, well, I mean, on the plus side, look, now that we're up to the diorama stage, these things are fast approaching being finished. I'm excited.
What are we gonna do next?
I don't know. Fuck. I didn't think that far ahead on these screens. I thought this build along would surely last a couple of years.
Well, you Rob, what'd you do with your Gabaldi? Your male pattern Gabaldi.
So I was gonna cover it all with Zimmer, and I fucked the legs. I just applied it too thick and lost my articulation, so it shouldn't be that thick, I think. And by that time, I was thinking, I could just clean it off and sand it. I'm like, no, I'll just buy another one.
Yeah, we should have finished those maybe one day.
Yeah, I've got a lot of work to do on those.
Well, mine's pretty much finished. I just got to
Well,
do for
you
it.
could just get that in the mail. That'd be cool, man.
Yeah, no worries. Get that straight out to you. Coming with all your other shit.
I do want to. I've got like a Tiger tank, like World War scheme, 2 scheme type of color scheme for that. So I want to cover it in Zimmer and give it some dark greens, dark yellows, and shit.
Whereas, yeah, I lied. I started working on some stuff the other day. I actually, at the hobby shop, started snapping together this crap World War II, like German transporter.
Oh, that's awesome.
This thing, so yeah, it's pretty cool. I just glued it together at the build meet yesterday, so I've got a bit of sanding to clean up and a few more bits to go. Really strange, like it comes with a dust cast base. You've got to screw the metal to the body. It's weird.
I actually just finished one of those tune tanks.
Oh yeah, awesome.
Yeah, which one did you do?
Oh, that's it.
The
Is that a
Tiger.
Panther or Tiger? I don't know the difference.
Yeah, the King Tiger with the Porsche turret.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool, man.
I didn't realize those things were that big.
Yeah, like next to an SD.
Yeah, geez, that's like huge. That's awesome. Man.
Yeah,
Which
I've got the strings, man. I need to do that one.
Was that one of the Meng ones?
I have no idea. I saw it in. I got it from Burbank's House of Hobbies when we went to California, and I have no. This is the first time I've seen one in person, so I was like, yoink. I got me a governor too. I'm probably gonna put those together. Paint them up.
They have them at Hobby Town or Hobby Lobby.
Oh, get it! I don't have a Hobby Lobby, man. New York
I know
sucks.
you did. You saw Hobby Lobby. You're like, holy shit! It's a Hobby Lobby. See, Julio, you see that shit?
Yeah. Reasons to move.
Relocate.
Lobby? We don't have that shit.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Well, probably better that you don't, just because it's an ultra
Saving
Christian,
money.
place, but they don't like their employees to have birth control.
What?
Yeah.
That's not their choice.
Yeah, they don't want their employees' insurance to pay for birth control.
That's horrible. I'm sorry.
But they have fucking tune tanks, man.
Yeah.
And they sell Star Wars kits now. They have Bandai Star Wars kits. You can use a 40% off coupon.
I got my unskilled trainer.
I'll use Amazon.
Is that much worse?
That's probably way worse. Give Jeff Bezos some money.
Hey man, somebody's got a job because of it.
Truth. I just wish they pay some taxes. Like, you know, you're a multi-billion-dollar company. You should pay some taxes on that.
Well, Courtney was telling me yesterday we were going to a place, and it was like at the end of the transaction, there's like, would you like to donate your change to help whatever the cause was? And then she's like, that's great. She was telling me that basically you do that, but then the company gets the tax benefit of you donating.
Yeah.
They could just donate themselves with their own money, but they make you pay them to donate money. But they send it to tax money. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's exactly why I don't tip on like restaurant receipts and whatnot. I'll give them some cash.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
cash, yeah.
like why are you taxing their tips, guys? Like, get your hand out of my pocket, Mr. Trump.
Everyone wants their money, man.
We have a question.
Ooh, we do?
How'd you go
How
about
would you go about comparing a 0402 size SMD LED to a head unit? So that is a very good thing. I've done it many a time.
Yes.
Usually a bit of white glue will hold it in place. You've just sort of got to, like, you can use super glue, but it will fog the light. So I'd probably avoid doing that. A lot of the
A
time,
lot of the time, I don't even glue them in. I just kind of compress them in with the pieces and shit.
tension grip?
I will tend to just PVA or white glue or Birob. So like, yeah, I'll just get a dab of white glue, put it in position. Like another one that's good to use is Super Tack glue. So I use this stuff a lot as well. Super Tack glue. It pretty much tacks up extremely quickly, and that will generally just hold it in place. As long as like you let it dry, though, that's the thing with these sort of glues. Just put it in place. Use some like blue tack or poster putty to hold the wires so it doesn't move while it dries. And then as soon as it dries, you can pull that shit off, and the glue should hold. White glue generally works the best, so it's the least amount chance you'll fog something up.
Yeah.
And then like half the time, like super glue won't stick to things. Welcome back, sir.
Yeah, super glue does weird shit sometimes.
But if you are use super glue, get yourself some kicker.
Manny, what suit are you putting the light in?
What was that, sorry?
I was asking Manny what suit he's putting the light in.
Did you score your base up before you put that plaster on there, Shane?
Fuck. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. You should have. You didn't see me do that?
No, I just saw Rob doing it. And I'm like, hold on, I need Shane do it.
Where were you about 10 minutes ago? Damn.
Not watching your sorry ass.
Oh shit. Well, that sucks. No, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
What'd you do?
I didn't score my shit.
Oh,
Oh, really? I thought you did.
No, I did not.
I fucking knew it.
Yeah, you knew it. That's why you said something.
he watched you do it.
Because he's a dick.
You gotta point out your flaws.
But I love that's what I love about it. That's why I keep him around, because he'll honestly tell me that I fucked up. You know he's a friend when he'll say, I don't care your feelings, but that looks like poop. All right, mate. Right, that's exactly how it should be.
Yeah.
I'm done with the plastering.
Don't breathe that shit in, man. You don't want to like have like Paris lung.
You don't want plaster lung.
It's like smoking corn syrup.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. All right, here's my little base, yo.
Nice.
It weighs about half a pound now. Bust. In Ninja. What Ninja?
Oh, he's custom ninja.
What's the base? Like, what head is it going into?
It's one of the GM heads, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so like a standard GM head.
Yeah, like the HG, GB, RF, TU.
That's
Are you able to get it to look like it's coming out of both eye holes?
I think it's just one of the like center one. Like it all comes to a point. And
yeah. So
All
it's
right.
essentially yeah, that's easy enough because you just need to like drill your hole and place it in the center behind everything. It'll light up. Just make sure you paint inside of everything that you don't want light coming through black.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want that light bleed.
Because otherwise the light is
It'll
just going to
bleed
bleed out
hard.
everywhere and you'll hate it and it'll look like shit. That's
That's why I like it's a mono eye. Okay, yeah, a lot of the time the way the mechanism of like a lot of the Xeon heads on the master grade, they've got that post that comes up through the top where you can do like you can swivel the mono eye around. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You can sometimes just when you just drill out the hole and shit for your LED, and you put it. A lot of times I don't even glue that shit in. I just have it compressed in there, and then you can actually once you have it together, you can move the eye a bit to like center it, or you want it looking off in a certain direction or something.
This is good. I need to learn LEDs. I appreciate it.
What sort of knife are you using there, Taz? That knife you've got there looks pretty good, Robbie. What sort of? Did he just use
So that fucking annoying thing. So I do apologize. I don't know what it is. But it's time to upgrade to a new phone. But yeah, it's just a palette knife.
Oh, nice.
I like it.
I made
is that like a Bob Ross style pellet knife?
Yeah, man. Yes.
Sweet.
That's awesome.
It's a signature one.
Is it really?
Is it really Bob Ross's palette?
Oh, yeah, you had me.
I was hoping that was because then we should chip in and get Robert Bob Ross afro, like wig to wear.
Oh, that would be awesome. Hey, Kyle. Thanks for coming by, man. Have a good night.
Yeah, later, Kyle.
Cheers, Kyle.
Everyone tell Kyle bye.
Bye.
Yes.
All right. We got the workings of a base. We're pretty excited about this, guys.
Yeah, buddy.
So I'm going to let mine dry a bit, and then I'm going to hit it with some sandpaper just to clean it up a bit.
Is that the RG Zagok next to there, Shane? Or is that the regular high-grade Zagok?
No, this is according to Snap this.
This is
the
my
RG.
my infant baby.
It's the what one, sorry?
The real grade.
Yeah, that's one of the best real grades ever. How good is it?
This is the best. Like, this is one of the.
I can't put it down.
This kid is amazing. Like, I don't know if any of you guys. I want to buy one just so I can have my own. She's using it. What'd you say?
I've built two of those RG Zagok, and by far they're like the sturdiest, strongest real grade.
They're so
Well,
good.
I just had it like standing up on like one leg with all these out. Like, it puts the master. I haven't built the master grade, but I was. She built this and I was like, I wonder how it compares. So I watched a couple of videos, and the master grade's a turd compared to this. Do they have like the regular issue Zagok, or do they only have the shard?
You can make it both. They did release as a P band, either other color one, I believe.
Okay.
But you
What's
can.
up with the 4 claws?
Yeah, it comes with an extra.
I don't remember ever seeing it have 4 claws.
The 4 claws, is it the 4 claw, the standard issue one? And Charles has 3 claw?
I don't know. Maybe I'll have to look.
That's
I can't
the only
remember.
extra pieces.
Yeah, it's the only extra pieces that come with this. You can make them have 4 claws.
Yeah, on my diorama, I gave him 4 claws.
And there's some weird knee part that keeps falling out.
We
But,
glued them in.
oh, did you glue them in?
They're all glued in now.
Nice. And the stow bit always fell off. But man, this kid is amazing.
Oh, I 100% agree.
Why don't the real grades have a cockpit? Or, I mean, why don't they have a pilot figure, seated pilot?
No seated pilot.
He did come with a pilot.
Yeah, like a standing one, but not like a seated one.
Oh, what for?
To go in the cockpit.
Why you wouldn't want a pilot in the cockpit?
Nah.
Nah.
Too much effort.
Just got some plaster over this feet.
I'm gonna have to a little bit of a disagreement. This MK2.
Oh my god! Oh, he just broke.
Oh, shit. Damn.
All right, now throw the Mark II on the ground and see if that breaks as well.
What were you saying, Julio?
Here's my close-up image.
The MK2 is quite possibly the prettiest. Yeah.
Is that the Titan one?
I 100% agree. That's also a solid kit.
Yeah, I like that kit too.
The Zaku still sturdy of it.
Yeah, I have one in the backlog I want to build, but I haven't gotten to it yet.
Well, you can't really disagree if you haven't built it.
Truth. I haven't built it yet. I've built a lot of real grades, but I haven't built that one.
What the fuck is that gun?
Funny enough, James, the Exia is definitely a sturdy one too.
Boo.
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 Exias and shove them up your ass.
I enjoy me a good Exia.
Done.
Actually, there, Robbie.
Like it.
Do you like it because it doesn't? You don't like it because it doesn't have a backpack?
Who doesn't have a backpack?
The Exia.
No, he just has that giant testicle on his back that glows.
Got a giant dick on his head.
That's the justice.
Wait, what shit are we talking about?
How shit Double O is.
Oh, yeah, I don't watch any of that shit.
And if you like Double O, you should feel bad.
I feel horrible, man, because I enjoyed it.
Oh.
They're a bunch of
I
terrorists.
never watched it, so I wouldn't know.
It's basically, if you don't stop war, we're gonna come fuck you up. I really enjoyed that.
I made my goo a bit watery, so it's gonna take ages to fucking dry.
Yeah, I had that same problem, man.
Oh god. Oh well, I'll get it.
My clay's hardening up real nice.
Yeah.
Some air dry clay.
I think it's enough glue on.
I got my little custom Yoshi guy in there. I gave him a front pistol. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Ah, yeah, sick. Those things are pretty cool.
I gave him regular hand. So like, is this a guy in a suit or is the suit the guy?
That's really cool.
Those things are cute, man.
Yeah, they really are. I want to get some more.
Something about cute robots, man.
They'll do it. They will definitely do it. I bought this dude just because he was cute. So,
We'll make a wee trope.
yeah.
Those are my-
He doesn't open up though. That's sad.
There's a little chunky man.
Yeah.
Where'd Rob go? Rob out?
Don't know. He left us again.
Trying to stop his mic from doing that, maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's got an iPhone. I don't know what the deal is.
It might just be a mic thing. Maybe his mic's acting up.
Last time, but it hasn't done it. It didn't do the time before that.
Other news?
Maybe he needs to restart. Oh, look what I got. This is one of the best
What do you
gifts.
got?
One of the best gifts I ever gotten.
What is it? Ah, it's a creepy one.
It's the creepy one.
Yeah, those are some freaky ass fingers.
Where's
Freak your
Rob?
friends out.
They're creepy. Where's yours, James?
Oh, where is it? It was on my GBWC trophy. Like on the
We just saw those laying around at a weird store.
We just walked into a store and Courtney's like, "We need to buy it."
I
We
want
just like
these-
we
well,
just
we
like,
were getting the boys Australia packages.
yeah,
around.
we were just getting you shit, random shit.
And those were
Like, oh man, we gotta send those to you
I
guys.
just wanted random shit for your packages, and that was one random shit. Yeah, dude.
This is the best freaky finger ever.
It's so fucking weird.
So creepy.
It's like, who did that? You know,
The packages make me laugh.
I have a theory that like the mold is for like a real doll or something, and then someone was just like, "I'm gonna put some weird fucking type of plastic in there," And then that's the weird shit that came out.
I've been
I gave all my creepy ones to Julio. I've only got the one that Julio sent me. I got Big Man
You got
Jamie.
mine.
Oh, and we got Cordy's with
Mine's
their
nails
nails
are
are painted.
yes.
Ooh la la.
Yeah, the one you sent me is like deformed.
Yeah, exactly. So I just sent Julio 2 of those. So he's got those are the freaky ones.
Those are called freaky fingers.
They're the
Freaky,
real
and they got like
fingers.
yeah. Oh, he's got freaky fingers on his freaky fingers.
Although
Oh
we
my
got
God.
given these to paint. So at the Builders Day, it is a Mexican figure. And
Oh my God.
For some reason, he's carrying a pig.
What?
Why is he carrying a pig?
He's stealing the
Right?
paint.
Oh, he's carrying a pig
Yeah.
and a gun. He just stole a pig.
He's got a pig.
He's
I
a
think
pig
it's
thief.
his wife.
You should paint it like a piggy bank.
I'm pretty sure it's his wife.
You pretty sure it's his wife?
Oh my
I
God.
love it.
Oh, that's great.
It's amazing.
It really is.
Man, Rob is back.
Robbie.
Yay!
I don't know if it's still cracking, man. I can't get rid of it, dude.
Crafting.
What's happening? Well, what do we do, Rob?
You just need some of those, like, you have like a computer. Do I have a laptop?
Yeah, I do.
Because you could probably log in with your laptop and use your laptop Wi-Fi, and that might actually use your laptop's
I think headphones could be the first one.
work better instead of your phone. Food for thought.
Yeah, headphones would probably definitely work.
Yeah, that as well. But headphones are a lot of effort. No one wants to wear that shit.
So what else is in the chat? We use 7 piece. What do you guys working on? 6 piece. Because I'm one of them, I think.
But did you know if you like put the Mexican character, his hat can be said to be-
Oh yes.
That's fucking awesome. That's great.
Nice.
Oh, shit.
So I'm assuming everyone saw my post earlier of my future product endeavor. So
Yeah, buddy.
soon enough we'll be releasing
Defuse the light.
releasing a line of diorama products. I've been, hence the reason I've disappeared for a while. I have been working on a way to like just create some more products. So I haven't really been building models per se, but just designing products to sell for said dioramas. So I'm going to have a bunch of laser cut plants, laser cut like chairs and tables and wooden fences and wooden structures. I've still got to design some, thanks George, much appreciated, design some like desk tidy organizers as well.
Hell yeah.
Resin casts of certain things. So just a bunch of 35th scale sort of diorama supplies and 1 to 100 sort of HO stuff as well.
Very nice.
So yeah, hopefully by the end of the year, start of next year, I should properly launch it. I think I'll be selling through Facebook to begin with and eBay until I can be starting a proper online store. But yeah, keep an eye out. Should be good.
So Manny, does it have like a glass? Like, have any plastic or like any sort of face plastic? I don't know, like lenses or anything that goes in front of the kit after you put that light in, or do you use just a straight LED light that you see? Send me a pic, Dan Manny. DM me and
just use the light. Yeah. It all depends. Like you can.
Depending on the light, you can shit. I've used a drop of hot glue. I've actually reshaped the light if depending on you have an SMD, so you probably can't do that. But
My big thing with using like SMD LEDs and stuff is I won't actually have the LED pointing a direction you can see it. So I'll have, like, say, for example, let me just grab a bit of paper so I can tell you what I mean.
Julio, Manny said, "Show me the GM head he's talking about."
Where the hell did I put it? I think it might be in there. Hold on.
So for example,
is it that Bill Divers GM or whatever?
Yeah, the Bill Fighters one.
Oh, is it the one that's got like the weird plastic, like the really big, like dome head?
From the Gunpla Mafia.
The Gunpla Mafia.
Gunpla Mafia.
say this is where the eye is, the light is coming out this way, and say that's normally you would want to mount the LED just here, so the light would be shining that way. But the problem is, if you do that, you'll see it in this direction. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, it's that head. That's even worse. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I know the one. So that's like
okay, that one. Okay.
That's the head, like, whereas you've got that, and then the lens goes over like this.
Yeah.
So that's like a hard plastic, and then you've got this is a bit of a pain in the butt one to do, because it depends where you want the light shining from.
God damn it, get off.
Is it in that one though? Is it a center?
Yeah, hey, can you snap that piece of? Can you snap that clear bit off? Really, let me see.
I was trying to get it off now. Hold on.
Please.
It is in there, and I got. There we go.
So yeah, make it look like a titty.
It's a bit hard to see. Is that center dot supposed to be the lens?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's see.
Yeah, that looks like it. So you want to drill that. See, I wouldn't put a 0402 there if that center lens thing is supposed to be the light, because I would just drill through the back. Yeah. So looking at that, if the front on section that's your light, then your head's like this, and you got the lens over that section. I'd just drill this whole section out and put an LED, like a 2mm, 3mm LED straight through that.
Yeah, I was thinking 2mm. Yeah.
Because then the light's going to be like that, and that's going to be lit up. You're going to have a bright spot in the middle, and the light will sort of travel roughly off the lens, but your main bright spot's going to be here. If it's too bright, the other things you can do, get a bit of sandpaper and sand the edge of that.
Yeah, rough it out. Change the actual shape of the light.
Make it frosted.
Frost that bit.
So that would become frosted, and that's going to make the light disperse a little bit more even, and also like control the brightness of the light with some resistors as well.
Yeah, you can do that.
Dim it down, so less light's coming out. Because especially with these models, you don't want LEDs full brightness all the time. It tends to look a bit pox and
realistic.
It generally stands out too much when you've got full brightness LEDs, and it.
Have you already drilled your hole? You could also use a piece of tubing and then put your SMD at the back of the tube.
Like fiber optics section?
Yeah, kind of in a sense, yeah. So make like a can, like make a lighting can. If you've already drilled it out. So you could basically drill the hole out where you would match the same size and just have a small piece of tube and put your SMD in the back of that tube and just glue all that together where it's just like a little recessed lighting.
Yeah, there's space in there too. Like inside.
Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of space behind that head. You could do all kinds of shit.
I'm
only keeping the center cross line clear, and the rest is going to be painted behind the clear. What? I like your hand, James.
I like your hands too.
Did I show you guys my foot hammer?
No.
The foot hammer,
I love it. Oh, that's awesome.
right? I enjoy.
So what else are you working on, Julio?
I got to start snapping up the Sazabi at some point this month. Try
What's
to
that
get
for?
it done. Next year I'm gonna enter it for experts SEGMC.
Oh shit! What you gonna do to it?
I'm gonna turn it into a piece of Japan.
A piece of it.
Yeah, it's gonna look Japan.
Love it. It's
And
gonna
that-
look.
You know when you wake up in the morning and you open the window and you see Japan? That's what it's gonna be.
Okay, I'm anxious to see that.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
I originally had the thought to make it look like a temple.
Yeah.
Like a mobile suit temple. So that's what I am probably leaning towards. But I was also thinking about like inner city Tokyo, like making it look like a city.
Like
you know?
as fuck.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm playing to my audience too much, though. They're going to be like, this fucking guy.
It's all right. Just do it. I believe in you.
Thank
Fuck
you.
it.
Yeah,
There it is.
go hard, man. Might as well.
Well, if you, especially for the experts table, man, you got to.
Oh, yeah. That experts table is serious over there.
You got to see the most fucked up. I saw someone at the build meet yesterday, and they had like one of those frame arms girls all bound to a cross thing with another girl with her hands straight up there. You're like, dude, that's kind of fucked up. He's like, okay. Slightly disturbing.
I appreciate your input, but I don't want to hear it.
Wow. Well, kind of why that shit exists, right?
Huh?
Huh?
Why does it exist? Huh?
So they can do, so people can do fucked up shit to it.
Yeah, pretty much.
True. I'm gonna do some weird shit to this Jawa. See,
Oh,
I get a frame arms girl, do some weird shit to him.
big
As long
titty
as
frame.
you don't rub your butt, we're good.
Or titties.
Oh, Robbie. How's that diorama coming along there, mate?
Good looking, Rob.
Hey, that's some good surface.
Smooth. She's done.
Nice.
Yeah, buddy.
Just gonna let it dry, and I don't know. That's it. Just gonna let it dry.
Well, pretty much. So next week when we do shoot, we'll start blocking in areas. We'll paint the base. We'll paint all the groundwork. Then we'll go in and paint, like cover it with dirt. So just go grab some dirt out of your garden now. Throw it in. So just get a baking tray. Pour some dirt from your garden on a baking tray. Throw it in the oven. Turn it on to like 180 degrees Celsius. That would be whatever Fahrenheit.
It's like 240 degrees.
And just like bake it for like 10 minutes or so, and then take it out of the oven, let it dry out. Then you can get like a sifter, like for flour, because they're generally a pretty fine grade sifter, and just dump the dirt through that, and that'll give you different thicknesses of dirt, and just put them in some containers. And if you have that shit ready, then we can like throw some dirt and shit onto like the diorama.
All right.
Do you need any special dirt glue to glue the dirt?
Just white PVA glue will be fine. Mod Podge if you've got it.
Mod Podge.
Mod Podge mat. If you've got that, like that's pretty much the main thing I use for gluing shit. So if you can track down some of this shit,
Yeah, I got a bottle of that.
it also tastes pretty good.
Yeah?
No, I don't know.
Because I got the munchies, bro. Like,
Yeah, some of that shit, some dirt. Eventually we'll need, but is that gloss? That's the gloss one, isn't it?
Yeah, it is actually.
Yeah, you want the yellow label, the matte.
Why do you prefer the matte over the gloss?
Because matte dries completely matte, so you can't see it.
Okay.
Whereas the gloss dries very glossy.
Yeah, I got this to work with water.
Yeah, like the gloss is good for water and stuff. Just don't try to make like full deep pour water with like Mod Podge gloss.
Yeah, no.
That's not right. Even if someone's told you to do that before. Rob will know all about that one.
Don't do that. Too much fun.
Yeah, just edging.
So yeah, so some of that we'll do dirt, we'll do some paint, and then also make sure like get some like thin balsa wood if you can, and maybe some pla strips. Balsa wood, like because we're going to be making a beat up shack, like balsa wood would make it easier, but we can also do it out of like pla plate. Either way, it's easy enough.
Cool.
It's just a bit easier if you do it out of timber. And we'll also show you an easy way to make like corrugated metal, like for the roof.
Which you wants me to eat the Mod Podge. Damn, what the shit. Oh, James, look, I was looking for weapons for the Gasland, Wasteland.
Oh yeah.
So I got with the governor, I got a missile pod.
Oh nice.
Strap it to the front of this.
Okay,
It's probably way too big though.
whatever, who cares?
Fuck it. I'll pick that boy up.
Fuck yeah, dude. It's good fun.
Yeah, it's super fun.
Oh, that's the other thing I've been making templates and shit for the game so I can get laser cutting fluoro acrylics.
Laser etched them.
Yeah, so these will also be up for sale on my site.
Sweet.
But I like.
I love that color of acrylic. You need to make some like hobby racks and shit out of that acrylic color.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, paint. Let's go. Yeah, so Manny, the generous, loving man that he is, got me some clear coat, some Alclad gloss clear coat, and I'm so excited to use it. I don't know what to use it on now.
Take that shit and throw it in the fucking garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I used to use that shit for years, man, years, and it's sucking balls.
Yeah, really?
The Alclad
Yeah, I used the last bit of it on my Hyzok, and it was tacky as fuck. Man, I don't know what happened. Anyway,
bad batch of that because I've got some of it.
Well, I've got like 3 bad batches in a row. Like I thought I had a bad batch, and I bought another bottle, being like, it's just a bad batch. Well, then that one fucking sucked worse than the first one. So it sucks. I'm sorry. I love that shit. I used to like it. It's so good. You can just pour it in the airbrush and spray it, but it's not fucking cool. But you can try it, man. Try it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it. Fuck it, might as well.
And then you can tell.
Try it out. Let me know what you think. I mean, I've used it to great success on a lot of things, but it was not. The last 2 bottles have been poopy.
Shit. And you just poured it straight from the bottle? No thinning, no nothing?
No thinning, straight in the airbrush, man.
Okay.
It sprays really good, but then it's like, why is it still tacky after like 2 hours when it's a fucking lacquer?
I don't know. Was it humid or anything?
No, man, I'm in my house.
I don't know.
No, so what I did is the next day I took Mr. Clear, Super Clear, and sprayed it over top. It made a rock hard.
That was your kicker.
That was the kicker. I had to coat that clear coat with more clear coat of a different brand.
That's wild.
Yeah, I was leaving fingerprints in this shit, dude. It was fucking weird, man. The other thing is what really sucks is like when you go to panel line, for some reason, it freaking what the fuck, lighter fluid was doing weird shit to it.
Yeah.
It's like lighter fluid. Like, what is like? Can you get any less abrasive for an enamel on top of a lacquer? And it was like it was doing weird shit, man. Like I had light colored pieces. It was almost like a wash, but then it wouldn't come out. Like it was like staining the base coat color, and then I couldn't fucking get it off.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't like this.
So I'm just saying, caution, buddy.
Yeah. I'll definitely be cautious. Shit. I do want to paint up this head, so make it all Karen, GM head. Maybe I could make the whole thing. I don't know. I got a lot of ideas, not a lot of time. Need some time. Keep traveling west, right?
Hey, Rob, over and just try like turning your volume down a little bit on your phone. Like if you turn the volume down, does it stop feeding back?
Doesn't seem like it.
I can't hear shit.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Can you?
Can you?
Yeah. No, it just sounds like softer hand.
No, it didn't work. No idea.
No, we tried.
Definitely the mic.
I don't
man.
know. I'm sorry.
No worries,
I don't know
Rob.
what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll
good,
figure
man.
it out next time. Use the lappy next time, I think.
So yeah, so for next
It's on
time
my
we
phone.
need some wood,
So wood.
we need some paint, we need some
Maybe-
dirt.
Get your dirt ready. Some like
I'll go
dirt
outside and
paint.
cigarette.
Browns are good. Just cheap artist acrylics too. Don't like use your fancy model paint on dioramas. There's no point. Just go out and buy the cheapest acrylics you got.
Okay.
Yeah,
Some cheap stuff.
yeah, just the cheapest acrylics you can get your hands on. Like
Sweet.
the as cheap as possible. Like diorama stuff you can get away.
Yeah, sure.
You can be the biggest tight ass on diorama stuff, and it works great. So we'll do that. We'll do some dirt over the base. We'll do some, and then we'll probably start roughing the structure as well.
Cool.
That's my phone, man. I don't know. It's cracking.
That's
It is
good.
my lovely
It is what it is.
phone.
We may as well wrap it up today anyway. So I can't get some handsome builders. Where
You came to the wrong place.
you're doing it all wrong.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't hear shit.
Oh, good, Robbie.
No, it's okay, Rob. Sorry, buddy.
I'll go.
All we hear is
Yeah. I get some CDs and shit. And get some to eat.
the
Go to the
chooch.
garden.
There he is.
Still got to do the front yard, love. Got to do the front yard, apparently. She's weeding the garden.
I
Tremendous.
know.
Read that garden. Is that a euphemism?
No, she's literally doing the garden.
That's cool.
Oh, anyway, we may as well.
Yeah. Well, on that note,
Extreme duties, man.
hey, you got lots of sunlight left in the day, man. Get to work.
Yeah. How warm is it outside, Robbie?
Oh yeah,
Anyway.
it's summertime.
I'm gonna go first. So.
Oh, hey, M's weeding the garden.
And he's gone. Anyway, so we
Hey,
might have to end it
the
there.
crack was gone too. Woo! I can hear myself think. Yay!
All I hear is the crackle now.
It didn't do that. This stream and the last stream, but before that, it didn't do that.
Yeah, this is like the last two streams. His phone's just gone to shit. So
Maybe
I
he
reckon
dropped it. He didn't tell anyone.
What's that?
Maybe he dropped it and didn't tell anyone.
Maybe.
So yeah, I think we'll go through. But do you want to say your piece, Shane?
Sure, I'll say my piece. What up, y'all? Thanks everybody for coming by, and anyone that watches this in the future. I am the Daft Robo, aka Dr. Funkenstein, aka Shane, sitting here. My wife's next to me, Courtney. Shameless plug: the Daft Robo shop is open. It's live. Go buy you a hat, or 2 or 3 or none. It's cool. I don't care. But this, go buy some shit or don't. It's fine.
Buy shit.
And buy shit. If you guys have any questions or need anything about anything that we do, or just say, hey, how are you? Hit me up in my DM and I will respond. Manny, if you're still having some problems with that LED, hit me up and we'll chat. That's all I got.
Guy.
I really appreciate you guys having me on. This was super, super fun. Learning some stuff. I go by Clipping Nubs on the interwebs, aka Julio the Chooch.
The Chooch.
If you guys ever need anything, hit me up. I got a little bit of knowledge.
Shit. Where's that? Let's get a coin check.
Oh shit.
Where's that coin check?
Coin check.
Coin check.
I actually got another one today.
Yeah, where'd you get that? That come in the mail today?
Yeah, new Gunpla Horizons. I got 2 points for getting 4th place.
Nice.
Yeah, it was super cool, man. It's each couple of months they're gonna have different ones, and the
I
next
just saw the new one.
Yeah, the next one's True Metallic Metals, and you gotta pick like a Knight, Samurai, or a Viking, and paint some metal on them. It's gonna be super, super cool.
Yeah, it looks cool, man. A lot of contests and build-offs and things going on right now.
John
John Lynn just did her
fine art.
Abstract art.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm
A
thinking
lot
about
of things going on.
thinking about
You doing a
dripping.
resin build-off too?
Yeah, I'm doing a resin build off too.
God, you have too many. Yeah, fuck that. Too many things.
Not too much. Not too much.
Okay.
I got another thing.
I got another thing. All right. All the things.
Yeah. But thanks for having me on, guys. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for coming, man. It's been a
No
blast.
problem.
Hanging out. Anyway, well, I've been no Zaku Boy. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Yeah, as said before, keep your eyes out. I will be releasing a line of diorama products in the near future.
Yeah. We will be buying them.
Aside from that, I will see you at the next stream. So dirt, we'll just go over painting dirt. We'll sort of wing it. You can always come back and like do shit afterwards anyway. It's no big deal.
We do every time. We just wing this shit.
I'm just gonna fucking see how it goes. As always, we have been the 4 Horsemen of the Mechapocalypse plus Julio. Thank you for joining. As always, it has been a pleasure, and we will speak to you next time.
Later, y'all.
Oh shit! You got to actually hit end broadcast.